Legend Total here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation playing as the Poxmakers of Nurgle, where we'll be going up against the Ice Court, where they've brought 3 armies up through this pass here, where they've bypassed their other enemies. They just didn't even bother to deal with them. So these guys here, they are at war with the Ice Court. Ice Court just, traveled right through there, forget about them, go after the player, of course. Anti-player bias at its finest. This campaign here is on very hard campaign and very hard battle difficulty. This is the army that we've got here. There's no chance of winning against them if we attack them head on. They've got some really good units. This guy here has gone entirely down the blue line. Now, if I just hit end turn right now, all 3 of these armies will attack over the end turn. However, there is a way for me to make a few adjustments to make sure that they basically underestimate us just by the tiniest little bit, and they'll leave one of their armies behind, making the battle up ahead actually possible to win. Because the combined forces coming in here are just absolutely stronger than our forces. They're so good compared to us. Right, so what we need to do is kick this guy out, because in terms of him being rank 11, right, he hasn't gotten anything in here to actually make his army stronger, apart from disciplined. Which that isn't really good in this situation, leadership and melee attack, because that's not what's going to win us this battle, and it increases all of our stats, and increases our auto-resolve potential. Now, we want to get one of those other armies not attack us, so get rid of all of his items here. You can always put them back on later. And we want to kick him out for a Herald of Nurgle. This guy here is a Herald of Death, or Herald of Nurgle Death Magic. And we already get one of those in the garrison, so that's why I think that a Herald of Nurgle is better. Right, get this one in here. And we want to put points into Miasma of Pestilence and Children of Nurgle. That one there will allow us to do just a tiny little bit of healing throughout the battle. It would have been great if we could have recruited them at rank 5, so that we could have put 2 points into Stream of Corruption, because that'd be great to just keep casting that constantly. But no such luck there. We still will be able to cast it, just not quickly. Then, in terms of items, he's got a Helm of Discord, very good choice, and a Tormentor Sword. No more. Don't need to put any more items in there, that's enough. Because if we put any more, 3 armies will attack us instead of 2. See, the thing is here, that rank 11 Lord was higher rated in auto-resolve than this rank 3 Lord, because their cost is based off their rank, and various items and abilities and whatnot. But this one here, having better abilities but lower rank, is lower rated in auto-resolve, so they're going to underestimate it. The margins here were so thin that if we just weakened ourselves just a little bit, we might be able to manage this. Now, unfortunately, we're not able to change the Plague. It would have been great to put down one for extra physical resistance, but I don't think he's unlocked that one yet. Where is it? Yeah, that one there. Yeah, he hasn't unlocked that yet. And he's already done a Plague on them. We've got Palsy. Another thing that we could do, which I'm not going to do, but we could do it, is attack them, deliberately lose. We don't lose much movement, but that will infect them with Palsy, making them weaker in the coming fight. But then they'll attack us with all 3 armies if we do that. We've also got these unholy manifestations, but none of them are going to be of any use to us right here. I think Nurgle's actually got kind of the worst unholy manifestations. Anyway, with that being done, let's fight this battle. Now, this is another area where being on higher difficulties is actually beneficial, because they get auto-resolve cheats, right? If this was on easy difficulty, for example, they would have sent all 3 armies. But fighting the battle manually, we would have stood no chance, pretty much regardless of the difficulty rating, battle difficulty rating. But because we're playing on higher difficulties, they overrank themselves and make... it still says decisive defeat here, but in the actual battlefield, it's not going to seem that bad. Now, we could deny enemy reinforcements, but they've only brought 28 units here. So, denying 8 units isn't going to make that big of a difference, especially when Katerin is going to be the biggest problem here by far. She is definitely going to be our big problem. Anyway, let's jump in here. Because Nurgle is a blob faction. They really benefit from blobbing. And Katerin has got a lot of stuff that just destroys blobs. So we have to blob and also not blob at the same time. It just depends where. We've got to... Thing is, if we spread our forces out all evenly and try to hold off every choke point, they've got so many high mass units that just punch right through it. Like, Nurglings can't hold the line very well against war sleds, so that's going to be a problem. We need to have some degree of stopping force. But Katerin can just get rid of it. So we need to snipe Katerin as soon as possible. That's absolutely essential. Alright, let's reorganize this a little bit. Okay, that's good. Alright, I'm going to take all the monsters out of the settlement and just go over here. Because they're really not going to dish out any damage. They're okay at, like, holding back, what's it called? War sleds. But the problem is, they're very easy targets for missile units, and they're high value. So these guys here getting killed early on is just going to make it more difficult to get the army losses. I can always bring them back into the battle should things go belly up. Now, holding this position here with all of our units could work if it wasn't for Katerin. We've also got to watch out for the little Grom over there. So what we want to do, I think, is build a barricade here. And we want to try to get the enemy to blob up in this spot. But if I blob up too much, then obviously Katerin's just going to do a huge amount of damage. Which is a problem. So we need to spread out, but, not too much. We need to have enough mass to make sure that they just struggle to get in through there. Now, if we put units here, for example, then we're cruising for a bruising, because the little Grom will hit us. But if we put them here, right, the little Grom probably won't hit us, at least until it gets up this way. But the problem there as well is that our towers here won't be able to shoot them, so that's really important. What might be best is holding a position here. Again, try to minimize the blobbing a little bit. They will eventually bring missile units up and over here and start shooting, but I'm much less concerned about their missile units than I am about their, Oh wait, maybe I should hold... Maybe I should hold this point here, now that I think about it. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah. Holding this position here would be better, because it'll stop them from being able to use their missile units. Except for the Ice Guard, because they'll shoot over. But any gun units are going to have a hard time shooting us. Katerin's unlikely to be casting in this area here. This one has to worry about the little Grom. And if we want to stop people from coming around here, that's what this is for. So we might end up getting a little bit pincered in this area. Mountain power's in our favor to begin with, but you got to keep in mind the enemy reinforcements. Now, they've brought 2 out of 3 of their armies, so if we do a good enough job here, the 3rd army will just run away. But it's kind of likely that it will attack afterwards with whatever's remnant of these 2 forces here. So that's why it's really important that we don't just win this battle, but we win it well. We already did, I think, a good job by making sure that only 2 of their armies show up. Okay, now another thing, let's get a Forsaken of Nurgle. Put it here. Because they're not demons, any Ice Guard coming through here, which there are 2, if they shoot at the Forsaken of Nurgle, that is way less value than shooting at even a Nurgling unit, because it'll bypass their physical resistance. I'll also put this guy... Yeah, you stay here. You're going to need to be Spirit Leeching this shit out of Katerin. Also, Katerin might cast spells on this one here early, just using up some of her Winds of Magic. So you shouldn't just spam it over here. Plus, it's pretty easy to come over this way. Yeah, by putting that barricade there, they hopefully just won't come up this way. But you have to build at the beginning of the battle. I'm also going to put a tower here so we can damage them as they're coming through. They're probably going to cap this spot, but I think this will do a good amount of damage. We've got plenty of supplies. We don't have to spend much to get good Nurgle towers. Alright, I think I've done everything that I can. Yep, let's do this. So yeah. Want a blob, but not too much blob. That's actually maybe too much blob. But at the same time, we got to make sure we're out of the line of sight of the little Grom, because that thing can do just as much damage as Katerin. Those are the 2 big challenges in this battle here, to try to mitigate the amount of damage that they do. That's why I'm just keeping these ones out here, because they're high value, low impact. Ideally, with the little Grom, we just inflict the army losses on it while it's trying really hard to shoot at something, but is obstructed. Okay, hopefully there's no units sitting on top of each other. Okay, we need to get this tower going, because that one will get a pretty good line of sight on them as they're coming in. So that'll take 80 more seconds. Yeah, they'll start coming in by then. So if we have a look here, yeah, a few kills here and there. Quite a few, actually. Alright. Every ice guard that we can get rid of, well, just any of these units is good to kill. Nurgle towers are really good. Except when they miss. Okay, here we go. I bet you run a little bit ahead. I will use Spirit Leeches on... I know it's a shit spell, but I will use it on Katarine, because we need to get rid of her as fast as possible. Absolutely critical that she goes down. Cool. That's fine. It's a waste of magic doing that. I mean, not a complete waste. It's not a good use of it. So, Bounce of Power slipping away from us as their reinforcements come in, but it's not as bad as what the Auto Resolve made it to believe. Made it out to be. Alright, come on, you ready? Start aiming. Alright. Can't quite hit Katarine yet. Alright, Bounce of Power's not in our favor, but not by that much. Alright, you've got to start aiming at Katarine. She doesn't have that much health, she's not in a war bear. Just leave them out of it. Because unfortunately all of these units just kill them really quickly. Spirit Leech doesn't have amazing range. Maybe not a good idea to keep him that far down. Excuse me. Okay, we need to build a tower over here as well. Well, whatever, just build them wherever now. Oh, cool, they didn't even bother to finish us off here. Nice. Maybe go for the little Grom there. Okay, good, they're starting to shoot at this. So just move side to side, because the projectiles take a little while to get here. Come on, tell me you're shooting. Yeah, she's taking some damage. Just little bit by little bit. That's all we can hope for there. Oh, I think she overcasted a spell on him. Come on, get it. Good. Keep aiming at Katarine. So her damage so far is only 2,000. I think she's overcasted 2 of those Death Frost spells. Come on, you get back over here. Okay, you aiming at Katarine. And come on, she is not dead yet. She's not really casting any dangerous spells just yet, though. Getting shot at. Can you just move back over here? You're not going to do much. So it looks like she's doing a slow down spell there, I think. Alright. Now, great thing about this spot is our ability to bounce this spell back and forth across this point. Oh, backfired a little bit, but not much. Still, that did a fair bit of damage. Keep hitting Katarine. Keep going after Katarine. She's by far the most dangerous unit here. Get this one out of there. You don't want to be getting shot by that. It's super vulnerable to it. Katarine has not... she's done a bit of damage, but I'm kind of expecting her to do like 20,000 damage. So if we get her before she's hit 10,000, that's great. Try to bounce it so it goes down that way this time. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. How many damage did you do? 6,000. Okay. Come on. Get Kettering. Those ones there are pissing me off. But Ketering's still more dangerous than the Ice Guard. Hold them back. Yep, she's doing that spell. Okay, she's now on... Okay, she got to 10,000 damage. But she's almost gone. That's fairly early that we're getting rid of her. They finally got rid of that tower. Okay, heals for... you. Nice. Nicely done there. Come on, Kettering. Die. Did I? I think that didn't click on her. So how much damage are they doing? Yeah, fair bit. Okay, let's come around the back over here with them. Okay, that's a bit of a concern there. Just move out of its way. This is holding back. Is that doing any damage? Now they're obstructed. That's it. This is why I want to hold that position. They're just obstructed. She's racking up the damage. But so are we. There's a little bit more and she's gone. Bit of damage being done there. Okay, bouncer power's in our favor. Well, it's even. It's not in our favor, but it's even. Alright, Kettering went down. Now we just gotta do our best to just win. Alright, yep, that one's still obstructed. That's good. This one here can't properly shoot. Good, the tower's there doing a good job. Tower's here doing a good job. Just can't do much about the Ice Guard. We have no ranged units to deal with it. Okay, how about this one here? Shoot down at them, because this area here seems somewhat under control. But yeah, I'm liking where this one was shooting into this and getting some good kills. And that little Grom hasn't fired a single shot yet. It's just too obstructed. Look at them. They could turn around and shoot at us here, but they're just not. Just let them then. Okay, get over there. You can charge at that. They're weakened. Still got reserves. Why don't you fire back at the Ice Guard? Yeah, just leave them. Because if I come over here, this one here might shoot at us. Good. I think we softened them up enough that these ones here can actually beat those Ice Guards, because otherwise, if they were at full strength, they would not have. I'd stay out of range of this one here. Has it even done much damage? It's done a little bit. Keep giving me those heals. Bounce power's in our favor. I just need that army losses. Sooner rather than later would be good. Okay, let's move over here. Oh, actually, no, there's war sleds there. Still shooting, right? Maybe go for those armored Cossars there. And once again, the little Grom just can't get a single shot in. This guy's here coming up the rear. Our guys there got annihilated. We could upgrade our towers, but I don't want them to cease fire even for a moment. The level of damage difference is negligible. Just keep it at tier 1. I'll try to kill this lord here. Come on. They only have to deal with 2 ice guards there. We're best to cast this probably on the armored Cossars because we do have 100% armor piercing with the spell. Alright, there we go. We inflicted the armor losses. We won this battle, but there's still possibly another one to come. Possibly. Depends on how well we did here. Yeah, if they had brought another army in here, I don't think we would have won. Like, we were pretty damn exhausted. Like, we've still got a lot of Nurglings, right? But a lot of the Plague Bearers are dead, and they're worth a lot of bounce power. None of the monsters end up... no, none of the monsters end up dying. There we go. Now, because this one survived, it can run down some of these units a little bit. Because, yeah, we might have to deal... Oh, you know what we should get rid of? The little Grom. You go deal with it. And we should try to heal a little bit by just casting shit spells, just to activate the passive. Because we might have to fight again this turn. You know what? It would be better if you don't kill that lord. You can kill him on the next turn. So me doesn't run away. Come on, come on. You've got to go after that little Grom. I want it dead. We don't want that fucker coming back. The fact that it did absolutely no... or 11 damage, that is a godsend. That there... Like, Kataryn did a lot of damage to us. Didn't do as much as she could have, but she did do a lot of damage. But that little Grom not doing any damage to us saved our ass. Because we would have gotten a much later army losses if not for that. The Warbear Riders there... Yeah, they did a lot of damage as well, but, you know... high-powered unit. I don't think we're going to catch them. Towers don't do friendly fire, so don't worry about that. And what we're doing here is... It's only going to heal the single entities. Because I can't revive any of them from death. Come on. I know you guys are shit. Stop being that shit. Okay, how about we move ahead, move it in front of them, and I'll land and then attack them. How fast are they? 30. Alright, get these ones over here. Maybe I should have done that. God, what flies are awful. Truly an awful unit. Probably the jankiest unit in the game. Come on, get over here. At least it's running the wrong way now, which is nice. Because, yeah, getting rid of that little Grom will make a big difference. Nurgle's so weak against this unit. Okay, once the Chaos Spawn get here, they can sort it out. Because this Rotfly here is doing nothing. Good. Alright. Yeah, we did lose a lot of units. It's good that this guy here survived. Wow, we got 132 kills. Yeah, their units are just a lot stronger than us, but most of them are dead. At least Nurgle units are very easy to replace. God, imagine if there was a third army there. Just would not have been able to handle it. Okay, so the damage is pretty bad. Oh, we scored one of their Tormentor Swords. We stole one. Because I think he had that in the battle as well. Good, Katarin's army got completely obliterated. Completely. Now it's just a matter of, is this other guy going to attack us? We should probably take the replenishment to give us the best possible chance of surviving this fucking turn. Will they attack? No, they didn't. They besieged it. So they've prevented us from replenishing. Alright, so not 100% out of the woods yet. Now, if we had stood outside the settlement, what they would have done is besieged with one army and attacked with the other. Terrible idea.
I suppose all you require and more.
Any chance?
Less Nakari of your soul.
Interesting. Because he'll support us here. Let's just see what the odds are. Oh, he may not support. Well, it says crushing defeat. This is because of very hard battle difficulty. Right? Sorry, very hard campaign difficulty. Do you know what the funny thing is here? We probably did too well that this guy here thought he needed to besiege us. We could sally out and beat that, but I'm just wondering. His zone of control is right on Nakari's there. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to save it. Alright, because it's on very hard campaign. It's not legendary. Alright. I don't know if this is what you want to do, so I'm going to send him that save file that I just made there, right? And what I'm going to do is go to war. I'm going to go to war with the Ice Court. What if I offer to break non-aggression pact with somebody that you hate? Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Yeah, doesn't care. Doesn't care. I could offer to go to war with Khorne. I don't think that's a good idea. Unless Khorne is really weak. Which... I can't see where Scarbrand is. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay. Let me see. Nakari. Just finish.
Does your flesh tingle? The sensations we shall share.
Okay, if we do that. Yeah, look at that. you can get him to leave if you do that. And then it's up to you if you want to attack him. What happened to the Remnant army? Yeah, it got the palsy. That's cool. And the sweats. Cool. Now, Nakari's turn comes before the Ice Court, so he might just go straight up and attack that. Or maybe he won't. But that's up to you. But there you go. That's a settlement saved. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't have done that. Of course, I've already saved it before I made that decision. I would just sally out. You should be able to win that without any real difficulty. It says crushing defeat, which means the bounce power is actually in your favor. It's just that the auto resolve gives them the win because of their cheats. That's all. And you won't be able to reach this guy here, but you shouldn't see any more Kislev forces here for a few turns. That guy gained 5 fucking levels. Honestly, this is a better commander for you than the other dude, just because it's Nurgle magic. If you want to put in a Death Wizard, put a hero in there, you know, if you want to activate the Unlimited Winds of Magic, but that's up to you. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. I think we saved that situation. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.